Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hello, watch people. It's ArchieLuxury here. ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I'm making a follow-up video to the video I made the other day apologizing to Paul Thorpe. And let me tell you this. I very nicely apologized to him. And I also asked him for assistance. How do I solve my advertising dilemma? Because in the Anthony video, he said, why didn't you come to me and ask me? Well, you know what, guys? I went to Paul Thorpe when I uploaded that video the other day. I went to him and said, Paul, I got a serious problem. I went and asked him for help. Did he respond? Did he have the time to respond to me? Of course not. No. So I would now like to retract the apology. And when I say retract the apology, let me just refix that. I do apologize for swearing. I do apologize for being very boisterous. However, the essence of what I said to you remains firm. Maybe my delivery techniques were not marketing genius. My delivery techniques weren't the nicest way to say it. But Paul, let me say this to you, okay? That interview was a disgrace. You were soft. I'm not going to swear, use nasty adjectives to describe how soft you were, but fucking hell, Paul, that was a lousy attempt. And Paul, I went onto your YouTube channel the other day and it says you claim to be a watch journalist. Man, let me tell you this, man. You had the interview of the decade and you blew it. You blew it. You blew it. And I just want to say, man, I apologize for swearing. I apologize for being so emotionally involved. I said things that probably shouldn't have been said. The delivery was appalling. But let me tell you this, the message still stands. That was a crap interview. And you can't call yourself a journalist. On your YouTube channel, you say you are a watch journalist. That was a pathetic interview. I'm gonna calm down, Archie. Calm down. The yang and the yin and the yang. Let me tell you this. That interview was softcock. That was a very, and I gotta tell you, Paul, let me tell you this. That interview was pathetic. You blame your microphone. Well, you should have. You know, the thing is, you were leading the witness. Now, you can blame your tools all you want. Blame the mic. I got to be honest with you. I think that's a convenient fable to blame something else. A bad workman always blames his tools. Haven't got the right chisel. Haven't got the right saw. Maybe you need to, a good journalist, doesn't matter, they got technical problems. They ask the heavy-hitting questions. The interview you did with timepiece gentleman Anthony Farah was appalling. That was a soft interview. You should be ashamed of the interview. And okay, you're not going to like what I say. I admit, I was wrong to swear. I was wrong to be so boisterous and tell you how I put it. I was just so angry. The community, I was the mouthpiece for the community. And I got to tell you, Paul, I understand why the community was so pissed off with your interview, because you were soft. You asked the hard questions. Even me, I made a video, 5 questions you need to ask him. As soon as he answers it, you got to attack, attack, attack. You don't just, oh, okay. Man, you ask heavy-hitting questions, and then you go deeper. You go deeper. You got to probe down lower, and you catch him in his lies. But instead, you were leading the witness. My God, that's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And I'm very sorry to have to do this. As the pontiff, I'm going to remove the watch journalistic shingle from your robe. I'm sorry, you are no longer a watch journalist. You can be a YouTube commenter, you can be a YouTube content creator in the watch area, but the community doesn't need your type of watch journalism, because it was a disgrace, Paul. It was a disgrace. Yes, I was wrong to swear and be boisterous, and I drank a lot of booze, okay? But I own up to my mistakes. I own up to my mistakes. And let me say this to you. That interview you did, Paul, I thought about it. I had the huge mania. I was really, I woke up early. I woke up early. I was reading the comments as the interview was going, and I could see the community. They were just fuming at how soft you were. And then I exploded. I told you blah, 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 which my delivery, the message was correct, but the delivery was appalling, okay? The delivery was, you know, I'm a bit rough around the edges. However, now that I've settled down, now that I've calmed down, I want to tell you honestly, Paul, I'm not swearing. I haven't used any, I'm not swearing. Paul, that was a terrible interview. Man, you didn't put any, you were coaching him through it, man. You know, that's not an interview. Interview, you ask the heavy questions and you attack, attack, attack. You got to pull it down, pull it down. Man, I really think you should start. I'm going to sentence you to 5 years of watching Parkinson. That's right. You got to watch Parkinson reruns. Sir Michael Parkinson was one of the greatest interviewers of all time. He interviewed Muhammad Ali. He interviewed the Queen, Prince Charles. I don't know if he had the Queen. He had Prince Charles a number of times. He had Dame Edna Everage. He had Sir Les Patterson. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years of watching Parky. Sorry. Hey, Mimi. It's really good to see you today. I think Mimi T. I think we've come.
You can't just cut the video and then just jump it to the next cue. So, what are you trying to do?
I think it's time we say goodbye to each other, Mimi T.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to fire you.
Okay.
Feeling me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Guys, I'm just coming back to this video here with the Paul Thorpe. I wanna say this again, because I just very fearful you may not have embraced what I'm saying to you. I want to say this to you, okay? I want to say this to you. Paul, I apologize for swearing and being boisterous and abrupt when I criticized your interview of Anthony Farah. Paul, I don't apologize for the message. The message was simple. You were a disgrace to the journalistic community, Paul. Your interview techniques were shithouse. You need to be ashamed of what you did. You had the interview of the century for this community and you blew it. You blew it. You blew it. And I've got to tell you, I apologize for mouthing off, for being the mouthpiece of the community. But let me tell you this, Paul, the sentiment was you did a lousy job. No Ferrari. It wasn't a Ferrari. It was a Morris Marina of interviews. It's your Morris Marina. Google Morris Marina, guys. Now, I've had my own duds. Check out Elite Luxury. That's a channel I started. That's an absolute dud. So I know all about duds, okay? And I got to tell you, the Paul Thorpe interview is the Elite Luxury of watch interviews. It was a disaster. I'm ArchieLuxury. I've spoken my piece. I've spoken my piece. Please, please, put your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.